59 points. Ricardo Feller ahead of him on 61. Kelvin van der Linde leads the championship. They're the front row of the grid then, with Thierry Vermeulen and Jack Aitken next up. Arjun Maini and Kelvin van der Linde will be ones to watch from row 3, with Lucas Auer and Lucas Stoltz starting 7th and 8th. Ricardo Feller and Christian Engelhardt are next up in 9th and 10th. Thomas Preining has a 5-place grid penalty, so he starts alongside Maro Engel. Luca Axler and Marco Wittmann higher up than they were yesterday. Nicky Tim and Clement Schmidt. Clement, who was 4th in the race yesterday. And then Sheldon van der Linde, Ingen Nguyen on the penultimate row of the grid ahead of Ben Durr and René Rast. And the Audi is 15 kilograms heavier, so it could be a very different look to the race. Round 6 of DTM then is about to fire into life. Max Powell for the first time leads them away from pole position. Mirko Bortolotti is coming under fire from Thierry Vermeulen, who's trying to get the Ferrari up the inside of the Lamborghini, but can't quite do it yet. René Rast is already on the attack, throws it around the outside, and look at this, 3 abreast, and Mirko Bortolotti squeezes through into the lead of the race ahead of Max Powell. The Ferrari of Thierry Vermeulen tried to get through as well. He might have to watch the inside though, because Jack Aitken is trying to try and fire it at the inside of him, and Aitken might just do it. They're still going to be together as they come over the crest. Bortolotti though with a lead of the race as it bottomed out coming out of turn 3. This is what it looked like then on board, with Mirko coming around the outside as they work their way up through turns 5 and 6. They can see Rast has got ahead of van der Linde and making up a few positions at the start of the race already, but there's been drama with Clement Schmidt and Lucas Auer, who have both made contact with one another on the run up through turn 5, and they are stranded, one of them on the circuit, one of them just off the circuit. Yeah, smoke coming from the right corner, right rear corner of the Mercedes. So whether that had already happened earlier or whether that's just 2 separate incidents, it might be actually. They come to grief at the same point. Poor old Ingen Nguyen was...
Red flags out now. The race is stopped.
Yes, and we can hear from Verena.
Yeah, Nicky Tim did not have a great start. He got passed by René Rast and Sheldon van der Linde on that opening lap. Christian Engelhardt taking a completely different line in towards turn 1. Marco Wittmann on the outside. He's going to do what we were talking about earlier, try to go the long way round, but that's not happening, so he tucks back in behind Christian Engelhardt.
Thomas Preining has got not 1 but 2 Schubert BMWs breathing down his neck. They're almost either side of him on the way to turn. He's already got its nose in front. He cuts across. He gets the inside line. Maro bravely then chucks it around the outside in the Mercedes. He's going to make life very difficult for René Rast here, and he might just get the position back into turn 2, which he does. They're still going to be side by side as they go to turn 3. There's a bit of muscling, a bit of bodywork being traded, and around the outside all the way to the top of the banking goes René Rast. Not for the first time this weekend. Halfway up the order now, up into 10th place, but he's slowing. A problem for René Rast. Maro Engel gets back past him. He's been told to come.
He's been
instructed to let him pass. Right. Just. Oh. There you go. We had a problem, and I think the problem might have put him off the road, Ingen Nguyen. So he has gone off at a right angle and stranded. Yeah, stranded on the exit to turn 3.
Great.
So, yeah, it's just gone on its own, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It looks like he's spun on his own fluid there, actually.
Yeah.
And if there's a clutch issue, maybe it's clutch fluid coming out. Safety car has been deployed. So this is going to be critical because, of course, normally the pit stops have a massive outcome on the effect on the outcome of the race anyway. But when everybody's bunched up together, thanks to safety cars and full course yellows like we've had, then they can make a huge difference. If you can get the jump on another team by 1 or 2 seconds, that could actually be 4 or 5 places in the race. We get back up to full race speed then. Mirko Bortolotti ahead of Max Powell, 1st and 2nd. And then we got Maro Engel and René Rast resuming their battle. René says, well, I'm going to do this again then. Poor old Christian Engelhardt struggling. He's coming into the pits, but I'm not sure he's going to be coming back out. He's got a real issue, so he's losing loads and loads of places. Right, in comes the Ferrari of Jack Aitken, yesterday's race winner, 3rd in the championship. He's coming a bit early. He missed his box there.
Because he's effectively blocked Lucas Stoltz. So car 14 under investigation. Wrong pit stop station and a blocking car. Bad news for Jack Aitken, a bit of a double whammy if he gets a penalty out of this. So he finally gets the job done. The tyres are changed. He's able
at it. Jack comes in. to the wrong pit lane. Wrong box.
Keep moving.
Yeah. He's gone into HRT's box, then realises, then goes on to the next one. So easily done that. He sort of stopped and then went forward again. So he might have come in slightly at the wrong point there, which could cost him. He was just in front of Lucas Stotts, who also got sort of compromised by that. The McLaren's away well. He's in. You're on board with him as he slows the car down to adhere to the pit lane speed limit and heads towards the hopefully, towards the pit box. They're wearing bright red, so that's helpful. In he comes and rears first, up on the jacks. No spinning of the wheels on the jacks, remember. The South African now has the front Pirelli tyres changed. Drop down, that looks pretty smooth, so slow away, but it was all okay for the championship leader. So he goes out down the pit lane. 3
penalty laps for car number 14.
Yeah, so don't be surprised at Norris Ring if Emil Frey Racing turn up with luminous pink overalls next time to try and differentiate themselves from the other teams. All right, Thierry Vermeulen, it's down to you then for Emil Frey Racing. You're the one that's got the chance to the podium, and your first ever podium. Smokes the tyres as he gets away. That looked like a good stop. It was a pretty good one. As the race leader comes in, Mirko Bortolotti attacks the pit lane entry. The Italian slows the car down, so Max Powell will pick up the lead of the race for now. Marco Wittmann, yes, Marco Wittmann will be in second place for now. Yet to make the pit stop, of course. But SSR looking to get this absolutely right. They are here for the Drivers' and Teams Championship. Rennie Rasta's come in as well. That looked like a good one from SSR Performance. Bortolotti is released. It was pretty good. It wasn't the best, but 7.5 seconds.
Really good stuff. Arjamani now into the pits from 4th place.
So, coming out of turn 12, Bortolotti is the leading pit stop. He was the
Ricardo Fella in 13th place is the fastest man on the track, the fastest lap. But our race leader is in. What has he done? Has he managed to do enough to jump back into the lead? Max Powell, the team, changing the fronts, changing the backs. Now he rejoins. Where will he rejoin?
Marco Wittmann is the race leader for now, but he comes into the pits to make his stop. He's going to be very much involved, I think, in the top 6 fight once this is all over. That's a good stop once again from Schubert.
Marco Wittmann will be making it as wide as possible. Mirko Bortolotti sees the gap on the inside. It is a drag race. The BMW is going to power alongside him into the corner, but Marco Wittmann defending for all he's worth. Contact between them. They both survive, but Marco Wittmann still holding on.
Marco versus Mirko. Mirko sweeps to the inside. It's not happening. He can't get through there. He still sticks to the rear corner, though, of the BMW. He's got to get past him into turn 1. If he doesn't, he might never get past him.
Still smoking. This is a replay of the 2 cars getting together. This is where the damage was. A bit of damage to the Bortolotti car as well, but not as much as there was to Wittmann.
Off. You need to leave me on the track, man. If you don't push me off, it is okay.
Here we go! Down the inside for the lead of the race. Almost! There's more clipping, there's more contact.
He is going to have a shot somewhere along the way at getting past Kelvin van der Linde.
I'm also wondering if Kelvin is... Oh, look at this. Thomas Pridey defending hard from Sheldon. Van der Linde goes wide out of the corner. This is the chance for the South African. They're going to be rubbing shoulders. They make contact on the run into turn 2. The BMW noses ahead. The Porsche's on the inside. Thomas Pridey fighting for every single point. Stays on the inside through turn 3. Sheldon van der Linde gets on the gas and almost onto the grass as he unleashes the power. He's going to watch his mirrors.
Look at it again, coming around side by side. A little bit of bumping between them. Sheldon van der Linde had the inside line.
He'll be keen to take a few points away from him if he can, but he doesn't want to give his own position up, and he's got this young whippersnapper nibbling at his heels. The Ferrari looks to the inside line. That's going to be the outside line, though, for the left-hander at turn 10, and he has to tuck back in. That's as close as he's been, but Marco Wittmann is almost there. He's coming out of turn 13, and big Marco looking for his first win since 2022. He won here in Zandvoort in 2015. He wins here 9 years later.
P1, congrats for the win.
Marco Wittmann victorious. And he can hear the delight in his voice.
Amazing drive, mate. Amazing drive. Taking into account what we went through.
Bortolotti second, van der Linde third, Vermeulen a brave fourth.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for a great pit stop, by the way.
Yeah, it was a good pit stop.
Yeah, very good job, everyone. Very good job. Very good pit stop. Thanks for the quick repair. Very good job.
This is the calm before the storm, because then the champagne is about to erupt. And Marco, if I remember rightly, he's pretty good at this. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Oh, you've hyped him up.
There we
go. The torpedo.
Yeah. Fantastic. Smiles all round. A tremendous day of racing here at Zandvoort. Proper DTM racing. Love it. Marco Wittmann wins. Mirko Bortolotti second. Kelvin van der Linde third. And Thierry Vermeulen, Lucas Stoltz and Arjun Maini also in the top 6. René Rast seventh from last. Sheldon van der Linde rose up the order to 8th.